Hello guys, today we are going to create one phase, two phase and multi-phase interaction video like you might have seen in some of the reels, etc. So let's go. We will carry on with our default cube. So first of all, let's right click and we have to add a new object. So we can also add from here mesh and a plane. Press G and Z, keep it up like that, and press S to scale up. Move your mouse to increase its size, and if you play your if you play the frames from here, you can see nothing is happening because we have not enabled any kind of physics in the scene. So first of all, let's click on our cube and go to these modifiers, add a modifier. In the physics, enable the collision on this, just leave it as it is. Now click on this plane, add modifier, physics, and add a cloth modifier to this. Now let's play this. As you can see, it's working now. So now let's start with the one phase, two phase, and those things. So first of all, we will click on our plane and press edit tab, or click on the tab. Otherwise we can also go to edit mode from here. It's up to you, or you can also press tab key on the keyboard, right click and subdivide. Now we have four faces: one face, two face, three face, and four faces. Now again go to object mode and click on the play. As you can see, this is the four faces interaction, which you can see like that. And let's increase the number of faces. Again go to edit mode and select it by pressing A and subdivide. Now there are many faces, like 1 2 3 4, and there are 16 faces now. Now let's go to object mode again and play. Now you can see this is the interaction with 16 faces. Again go to edit mode, right click and subdivide. Now there is increased number of faces, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 64 faces. Now let's see how it interacts with the body. So this is how those videos actually are made. You can keep increasing the number of faces. The more you increase the number of faces, the more smoother the interaction of the physics becomes. So let's edit again and subdivide. Go to object mode and play. This is how those interactions are made. I will increase the number of faces even more to make it more smoother. Right click and subdivide. I don't know how many faces are there now. As you can see, it is very smooth. If your computer is capable of rendering again, you can right click and subdivide to increase further. Let's go to object mode. FPS have been dropped to 4, but interaction has become even smoother. It will take quite a long time to render. Now let's switch to our camera perspective from here. You can just click on this button, to camera view, or just press 0 button from number pad. You have to select your camera and move it away. Grab the camera and move it to x-axis. Grab to y, no, just keep it. Grab y, grab z, grab y, grab x, grab z, like that. So now let's play. This is how actually those videos are made. You render from here, render image and render animation. So let's do a render animation. It will render the animation. It will take a long time to do that. Now first of all, let me render the low quality of the faces. Okay, anyway, we are going to close it because my laptop is actually in power saving mode due to it's not being on charging. So let's start over. From here we will add mesh and plane. Bring the plane up, press S and expand. Click on the cube, add a modifier, collision modifier under physics. Click on the plane, add modifier and cloth. Now this is one face and we need to render how it works actually. So we will switch to camera view and adjust our camera by grabbing, grab z-axis, grab to y-axis, grab to x-axis, grab to z-axis. Let's bring it further away. You can also adjust focal points and other things, other properties of the camera from here. Let's say focal length like that, and other parameters, depth of the field and other parameters if you want to. So now let's go to our output, and in the output there is PNG output here, like it's the rendering of our images. You can also change it to FFmpeg video, which is MP4 actually, because we are going to render our animation. So we will click render animation. We do not need actually 250 frames, we just need few of these frames, like 30 frames. Let's do it and set 30. That's it, we don't need a long video. So let's render animation. So that's the how animation would look like, because lighting is not set up and everything else is not actually properly working. So what we will do, we press Z here and we will do to material preview. Sorry, we will go to rendered preview. So you can see it is black. So what we have to do, we have to actually add some kind of ground or the base where our cube is placed. So we will expand it and adjust it according to camera. so it fills the camera background like that, and bring this light down, duplicate this light, Control C and V, grab it and bring somewhere else, like Control C, Control V, grab to x-axis, grab to y-axis. I'm not good at lighting. Now we need to adjust our camera. First of all, let's bring it down. As you know, camera is here, so we have to rotate camera. Let's see how it looks from camera view. Yeah, it's good. And now it's up to you how you want to adjust the view and the angle of the camera. So let's render this animation. So this is the first animation. Now you will go to the output, wherever the output is saved, which you can see actually in the window of the settings. When you close it and go to here, it's here in this C and temp, you can see from here. So you can also go there and see how the animation is, or can take the backup of this and rename it to one phase, two phase, three phase, like that. So after this is done, you can increase the number of faces on this mesh. Go to edit mode and right click and subdivide, and again render this animation, again subdivide, again render this animation, and just keep making backup and rename of that animation. So again we will go to edit mode and render animation like that. You can also add materials and stuff. So let's add some example materials from here to material. You can change the materials from here. And to this, add a new material, change its color to like that. It's like that. So you render the animation, so this is I think 64 faces. Go to edit mode, subdivide. You have to actually count how many faces are there, and it is like that. So go to edit mode and subdivide. It's up to you how much you want to subdivide. Now let's increase the number of frames, because this number of frames is not sufficient, so we might have to make it 60 frames to make sure the physics sets up. Yeah, it does. So now let's render and see how it works. You can apply further modifiers to this. Let's say um, from here add modifier, and under the deform we will make it smooth. So if you see it now, it's not that much rough, so you can increase the number of smooth, let's say 12, up to you. And it's the factor you want to change, let's say it's 1, that's the factor, and 0.9. It's, you can play with these values, and let's say if you don't want to apply to z axis, x axis, let's apply to z axis. That's how it actually works. Now let's replace this object with other object instead of this cube. What we will do, let's go to 0 and delete this and mesh and UV sphere, like that. Increase its size if you want to. Go to add modifier, physics, collision, and under material you can select a material from here. Now go to modifiers, add modifier, and deform to smooth. Like that. Now let's see. So this is how it actually works. Now let's render with this animation. You can actually increase the number of subdivisions on the UV sphere. You can also add sounds and other effects if you would like to. That's complete. Time took 46 seconds to do that, and it was the 60 frames. Now let's close it and see what is in the output directory. Under the output we have 24 fps here. We can convert it to 36 fps if you want like more smooth. You can also make it to 60 fps and so on. sorry, not like that. Click on this and copy, go to Explorer just once. If you want to make it more smooth and more interactions, you just have to change the number of maximum frames. Let's say I do it 120, and then the physics calculation will be done for longer time period, like this, like that. And also, if you would like to, you can also go to modifiers, and the cloth modifiers, click on this, and there are quality steps. You can increase these, and also the speed multiplier, and the uh, vertex mass is 0.3 kg. If you reduce it to, let's say, 0.1, let me do that, you can see the behavior change according to the mass. For example, you can see it's very smooth, and this is how a cloth should work. But if I do it to 2 kg or 1 kg, you can see it falls faster, like that. So you can play with these settings, with the quality steps and so on, in the tension, compression, shear, bending, and other things, like these values. You can change these values and play with these values, different physics aspects. I hope you like that. You can play and you can create different interactions of these faces and so on.